Why not celebrate Ramadan in style with these great looking animation templates from Envato Elements? These great looking animations are easy to use, fully customizable, and have been specifically designed with Ramadan in mind. I'm Jonathan Lamb from Envato Tuts Plus, and in this video, we'll take you through how to use this particular video template pack, which you can download from the Envato Elements website. We'll learn how to choose between each of the different style animations included within the pack, how to change the text, and also how to include your own logo. So before we begin, make sure to check out Envato Elements. With one subscription, you'll have unlimited access to assets such as the one we'll be showcasing in this video. Millions of creative digital assets with single commercial licensing, and you can cancel at any time. Subscribe now with the link in the description below. So let's head over to the Envato Elements website, and we're just going to type in Ramadan titles in the search bar at the top to find the template that we'll be using for the video. Also, make sure to select video templates from the Dropbox on the side here to narrow down the search. We've also included a link to the video in the description below. Now from there, let's go ahead and click on the search button. And then we're going to select the template that looks like this one right here, called Ramadan Titles. If you want, we can also click into it to see a larger preview of the template, like so. And then once you're done taking a look at the template, we can just click on the download button, and then we'll head over to After Effects to get started. Okay, now that we're inside After Effects, let's take a quick look at the layout to gain an overview of the project. At the bottom here, you'll find all the main compositions already open and ready for you to edit. So if you're already familiar with Adobe After Effects, you can easily jump straight in. All you have to do from here is to scroll through this preview comp, which has been open. And from this, you can use the timeline to scroll through all the different comps. As you can see here, they've been layered as title 1 all the way down to title 12. And from here, all we're going to do is scroll through the preview comp just to check out which animation that we like the look of best. And then we're going to open up the corresponding comp to edit it. So for example, say we liked the look of this one here. We're going to drag our timeline to find out where it is, which is over here. And we're going to match it up with the corresponding comp, which is named Ramadan Title 10. So once you've found out the name of the comp that you want to edit, we need to open it up. To do this, we need to go over to the project panel here, and you'll see we've got a folder called Edit here. And inside this, we've got all the different animations ready to use, numbered from 1 to 12. So we want to edit title number 10. So simply double click title number 10 to open it up. And you'll see here it's already been opened, ready to use, like so. Excellent. So let's go ahead and close all the other edit titles, as we won't need to use them for now. And focus on edit title number 10. Now inside this comp, you'll see that we have 4 layers. The first is called the control option. And here is where we can control the color of our animation quickly and easily. So to do that, let's first select it with your mouse and then head up to the Effect and Control panel, which is usually situated up here. Now, if it's not, just go ahead and go to Window, Workspace, and then let's go ahead and change it to Standard. And now you'll see the Effect Control panel is now visible like so. So let's go ahead and select that. And now you'll see inside this panel, we've got 4 different options, the wiggly animation and 3 color options here. Now, checking the wiggly animation is to simply switch on and off the wiggliness of our animation. And we can test the difference by going into our timeline here and moving it to the beginning of the timeline, and then simply pressing space or the play preview button here to see what our animation looks like. Awesome. And you'll see with the wiggly animation checkbox switched off, there is no wiggliness in the animation whatsoever. So if we turn it back on and press the play preview button again to see what it looks like, you'll now notice the subtle difference between the 2 styles. So there's some subtle movement to the design here. Excellent. So just choose whether you want your animation to have wiggles or not, and then we can move on to choose what colors we want our animation to have. And we can view the color changes that we make in real time in the preview window here. So let's go to our first option and click on the color box here to change the color like so. So we're just going to change it to let's see if we change it to an orange color like so, and then click OK. And then you can see straight away how the effect changes the color of our design. Now, to see the design in the preview window, make sure that you have dragged the timeline to the middle of the whole design so that we have the whole design in view. Because as you can see at the beginning of our timeline, we have nothing, and it's only about halfway through where our animation finishes that we can see the whole design like so. Then simply do the same with the other 2 color squares. So let's go ahead and change them. As you can see, we can see our changes in real time as we make them like so. Now actually plan to place this design above an image. So I think the best option for that is to just make all of these colors white like so. Great. Now this composition also allows us to change the text here as well. So you can see we've got 2 different text layers, one for the bottom message here and one for the top. And if we want to change the text, simply double click on one of the 2 text layers here like that. And just as an example, we're just going to change the text here, and we're going to paste in some text like so. And if we wanted, we can also change some of the properties of our text by going into the character panel, making sure that our text is selected. Our text layer here is selected. And let's go ahead and increase the size of our text like that. Or we can just click on the numbers here and input a value. Now, the next thing that this project allows us to edit is this logo at the bottom here, just below our text that we just placed. Now, to change this, we need to go back to the project panel on the left here, and we need to open the comp called logo placeholder, which is inside the edit here folder. So let's go ahead and double click on that. And inside here, we can remove the placeholder Envato logo here by either hiding it by clicking on this eye icon like so, or just selecting it and then hitting the delete button on your keyboard. And then simply import your own logo into the project by clicking and dragging it from your location into the project panel here, like so. And then once it's been uploaded into our project, you'll see it inside our project panel. We can then click and drag it into the logo placeholder composition, like so. Excellent. Now, once we've imported our logo, we might need to do a little bit of editing here. So let's open it up, go to the transform options here, and let's go ahead and scale this down so that it fits inside our composition, like so. Excellent. And now let's go ahead and go back into our Edit 10 comp. You'll see that our logo has now successfully been added, replacing the old one. Awesome. Now, if you want to change the position of this logo, simply click on the logo position layer here. And now let's go ahead and open it up. Inside the transform options here, we can change the position. And you'll see as we change that, our logo here will also change its position, like so. So let's go ahead and move this slightly down. And we can also do the same with our text as well. So let's open up our text, go inside the transforms option, and then just move the text further down as well. Excellent. And you'll see how that affects our whole animation. Cool. Now, once you're happy with that, the next thing and the final thing that we can do to complete the look of our animation is to include an image or some stock footage into our final animation. So the same thing as what we did with our logo here, let's go ahead and import an image into our project panel by simply clicking and dragging it in. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to go back to our preview composition, and you'll see how the composition is slightly larger than our edit title. And that's because the edit title comp is purely for us to edit the actual title and logo the way it looks. And in order to input our footage or our actual stock footage, we need to go into the preview panel here and then select the correct title comp. So let's go back down here and select the Ramadan title 10, which can be found here, and we can just double click on that. And we can also find this composition in one of the final folders. So if we select the final folder, open that up, you'll see that we've also got all the final titles numbered from 1 to 12, like so. So you can open up Ramadan title 10 here, and then just simply drag and drop your footage or image into our composition, making sure it's below our edit title 10 layer. And there you have it. We've successfully imported our image below our animation, and all we have to do here is click on the play preview button or the space bar on your keyboard to view it. Excellent. Now, just as a little finishing touch here, let's go ahead and blur our background so that our animation really stands out. So select our image layer here, and then let's go to Effect, go to Blur and Sharpen, and then we want to select Gaussian Blur. And then over in the Effect Controls panel here, let's go ahead and increase the blurriness, like so. And you'll see as we increase the blurriness, the image will start to blur. Excellent. So that's it for this video. Feel free to include your own logo, stock footage and images to the After Effects template. And if you like this video and would like to see more, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of any new and inspiring videos. If you're looking to learn even more, check out some of the other tutorials in this channel. Have fun, and I'll see you next time on Tuts Plus.